I'm going to do a video on cold emailing basics. I know a lot of people are asking for it, so I'm going to do it so you can actually see what I'm talking about when I say cold emailing, how to do it, how to pick best solution for you, and how to even get a free solution that's going to actually boost your business, get more clients, and it's going to warm them up. So stick around, subscribe, and like. There's going to be more videos coming, and hopefully you can learn something and actually use it to expand your business. Let's begin. Cold emailing can be anything from sending manual emails to automatically sending email blast, like huge blast. So even if I send a cold email to an email at email.com, whatever, I'm just, this is just an example, and I send a subject line, hey, Mike, hey, Jack, whoever, and then I find an email online, that's still a cold email. So that's cold emailing. It doesn't have to be automatic. It doesn't have to be bulk. It doesn't have to be a lot of emails. But my suggestion, if you want to do an outreach and you want to expand your business, if you're going to send manually, send at least 200 emails every single day, or 200 messages. It doesn't have to be email. It can be 50 emails, 50 Facebook messages, 50 Instagram messages, whatever you want to do. So spread it out, but do send 200 messages each and every single day. So let's get back to cold email. Cold emailing can be done through G Suite and Gmail because it's very easy to set up automation as well. For me, to make my life easier, I've been doing this for 15 years, sending cold emails for clients, sending emails for myself even in the beginning. It's all about automation, making your life simpler. To do so, there is a few possibilities. So for Gmail, I use this. There is Gmail. There is a lot of software there. You can actually get this for free. It's yet another mail merge. You can actually send bulk blasts, 50 per day, 50 emails per day for free. And the way it does it, it's actually through Google Sheets. It's very simple. Find my video. There is a video on my channel that says how to send free emails or do free email marketing through Gmail. So what you want to do is actually start like that. If you don't have a budget, if you have money, that's how you want to start. And this is going to end up in inbox. Few tips. Think about the subject line. You don't want to have sale, price, loan, things like that in a subject line, or even in the email text. You don't want to end up in spam. And you want to have a good subject line. If your list has names, you can actually put your name as well. Now this thing is going to help you, and it's still going to be great because you can create a template and it's going to pull names from the Google Sheets. It's great. So if you have a list, online list that has the list, let me show you a list that I have. Actually, it's inside. So let me just pull any list. Let me pull mortgage brokers, for example. These are just examples. It doesn't matter what type of list you have. As long as you have more things on the list, you can actually utilize that. So this list does have first name. So I left the first name. This has been cleaned. It's 100% clean list. So what you want to do here is, for example, so if you're sending to any of these people, you want to make sure you have their first name inside of the subject line and inside of the text. Hey, Mark, just a quick question. So Mark is going to open that easier than if you just say, hey, I'm running a huge sale. He doesn't care about sales. He's getting those type of emails every single day. Who cares about sales? So you want to use their first name in the subject line, if possible, if you have that on the list. And this can help you pull out the first name from the Google Sheet. And you can upload CVS file or Excel file in Google Sheet as well. So this is a perfect tool. Second thing to do is, if you're sending cold emails, but you've sent them before, you can use something like MailChimp even for cold email. The risk here is really high. The risk is high because you have not sent any emails to them. If they click spam, if they click unsubscribe, it's fine. But if they click that you're a spammer, they're going to close down your account. So I do not suggest using MailChimp. That's another option that you can use. MailChimp, Mailgun, Elastic Email. There's so many providers out there. But right now in 2022, they're really strict. They're going to close down your account. So you can still use it after you've done something like this. Emails, manual emails. And if you've sent that for about a month and they don't complain, then you can switch them to MailChimp, and you can consider that a hot list if they keep on opening. Third thing is something like this, where we provide a private server. You can buy it from me. You can buy it from anywhere. Where we provide a private server, and then you do bulk blast. Now, if you have the huge list that are about 15,000, I would say 10,000 and up, because if you have a list that's 15,000, 20,000, 100,000 emails, then you want to use something like this. The price starts around $150, and it can go all the way up to 1,500, 2,500, depending on the budget, on the email, how many emails you want to send, how many IP addresses you want to use. For a simple server that you just want to blast really fast, that's going to get blacklisted fast, but still you're going to end up in inbox a lot, you can use something like this. Because here, if you have a good list, you can actually have amazing open rates of 55% open rates. Amazing open rates if the list is targeted. Usually, if it's a huge list, you'll get around 1 to 5% open rates. Even that's good, because once you send to 5 million users, you're gonna get 50,000 people on your website. That's amazing. That's huge traffic. But you would need to have a clean list. And what I mean by a clean list is whenever you buy a list online, people use their emails, and let's say I don't use my Gmail for a while, so this is G Suite. This is not going to happen to this one, but let's say it does. So I'm not using my email for like 5 years, let's say, and Google takes that email and makes it as a spam trap. You send an email to that email that never subscribed to anything. They know that any email they receive, they're going to blacklist your entire IP or your domain, your server. That's why you should never, ever use your own domain. Buy a domain. Don't use your own domain. If any email marketer is asking you for a domain, don't give it to him. Never give out your domain. They're going to blacklist it, and you're going to be in a large problem. You're going to have large problems. You're going to have so many problems that you cannot solve, because once you end up on the blacklist, you can pull yourself out once. But if you're doing cold emailing, you're not going to be able to do anything. And since then, I've had clients that were big corporations, and they had to change their domain. So they were a corporation, big one, they were called a name, and they had to change the whole name, open up a new business because of that, because they relied on email marketing. They were making millions of dollars from email marketing. They still are, but they had to replace it because they got the wrong email marketer, and he messed up the domain. And then even their own business emails, they had like 50 business emails sending to everybody, paperwork, stuff like that. They ended up in spam, and after a while, they did not even end up in spam. So what happens is Google, Outlook, they all work together. They have the database of bad IPs. And if you're using a cold email server like this, you don't care. Even if they blacklisted, we replace it for you, and you can keep on sending. That's a little more expensive. Or if you get a server like this and you blast out 100,000, you get blacklisted, you don't care, you blast out another 100,000 to whoever opens, and then you just let it expire, the server, after a month. And you don't care, because you've sent your campaign, people came to your website, you're done. You can get a new one next month and keep on sending. That's a good example of cold emailing. And you don't care, because even if it gets blacklisted, the domain is replaceable. We do tend to get good domains like that have been online for 5+ years. So we have our strategies to get open rates up, but it mostly depends on your list. So the list is a vital part. The list is so important that it's going to make or break the cold emailing. Some people have amazing lists and they have a lot of replies, a lot of calls. Some people have bad lists or just want a brand new list that they want to test out. They don't know what type of list you have, but it's still worth it to get people to your website. So if you're doing cold emailing, you should also have Google Pixel, Facebook Pixel, all the Pixels analytics installed, because you want to track those people and you can retarget them. So that's another thing. If you have a targeted list, I keep on saying that, it's very important. So that's about, as much as I can tell you about cold emailing, because it's not a science. It's not something complex. It's something that you can do yourself. Start doing yourself through Gmail first. That you actually do yourself already. A lot of people send a lot of cold emails every single day. And one more thing, to separate cold emailing from spam by US law, because most of my clients are in the US. I have clients in the Europe as well. I don't work with other countries much, but I did have worldwide clients. But for the US, Canada doesn't tolerate any cold email. Do not send to Canada. They can actually sue you. It's 1 million and up for anything you do. So do not send to Canadian businesses. But for the US, you can send. And you can make it legal by having an unsubscribe link, which is actually normal, and having your address or your client's address if you're sending for somebody inside of that email. That's legally what's needed in order for you to make a spam email into a cold email. So you're doing the outreach. Spam is something different. That's when I'm sending you adult things, when I'm sending the crypto, those are all illegal industries, and they should not be sent ever, and that's by law. So if you're in those industries, don't contact me. I don't do that. You can get back to me for anything else. If you want to talk, there's going to be a link in the description schedule. If you need a server, we can talk and go over it, whatever your needs are or your clients' needs are. You can always resell those, and you can have a great campaign. For the subject lines, make sure you do well. Content and everything, you gotta write it yourself. You're an expert in the field. I know a lot of people rely on me. I can build the whole campaign for them, but that's not gonna work because I'm not an expert in that field unless your client is writing, or you think you can do better than write it yourself. And you can always go to Google, find out the best example of a cold emailing. I like to do the first few emails. I like to do email drip. So the first is introductory. Hey, Mike, I'm just reaching out to real estate professionals. I just want to network with you guys, so I'm sending you this email. And then the second email is something like, hey, Mike, I offer this, and that. If you need any of that, get back to me. And then the third email, hey, I'm not going to bother you again. I'm just going to send you a newsletter from now on. Thank you for being on my list, something like that. And if he's like, hey, I'm not on your list, or I don't want to be on your list, you can just unsubscribe him. But you're not doing anything wrong. And these people are going to appreciate that more than just sending them a flyer. Here, just jam a flyer up their throat and be like, hey, Mike, do you need this? They get that every day. They get 20 emails like that every day. They're going to delete it. They're going to blacklist you. So you got to be careful on what you send. That said, I'm going to finish for today. I'm going to create more videos, subscribe and like, and ask any questions. I can do videos on any topic that you like. I'm not going to show you the back end ever. That's a few questions as well. I've done that a long time ago. I have developers. We develop these servers for clients. And you can just blast emails. If you find anything cheaper, find it, but make sure that they're not going to ask you for your domain. One of the most important things, because they're going to ruin your reputation online, and there's no coming back from that. So with that in mind, just make sure you do your research before you get servers from someplace online. That's it for cold emailing. It's a very short video. Well, maybe not, but it's just the basics of cold emailing, and I'm gonna do more case studies where I send cold emails for friends. I'm not gonna do for my clients, but for friends, I'm gonna do these videos where I set up the campaign. You have one already that I've done for the fast sending server to a bad list. The list has been sent to for 7 years. It's the video before this, and there's an update. So I've sent 300,000 emails within a day, really fast blast, and we had good bad open rates, but good click-through rates. A lot of people came to our website, and I tracked them on the website as well. And you can track all of this on Google Analytics. So I would say it's not a successful campaign because I would use a whole different list. And I'm going to do that as well. So stick around, subscribe. I'm going to post more videos of me actually building the campaign, sending, targeting, retargeting those people, extracting only the emails that are valid, that people open, that come to the website, that might show interest. And that's a funnel. You put them in a funnel like that. You keep on sending to them, and then you make him into a hot lead, and then those you just nurture and keep on sending flyers to, and they're going to become a client. Sooner or later, they're going to need your services, and they're going to sign up or call or do whatever you want them to do. Thanks. Bye-bye.